Type Power BI and Power BI window opens. Select a blank report, and luckily we had an update today. Try updating the Power BI in the backend. That will help us for bugs and everything. Let it download in the backend. Now click on get data, get some sample data to data set, uploading sample superstores and loading. After the data has been loaded to Power BI, it shows your sample superstores into the right side and all the columns or headers over here. And now let us take some basic inputs which I am going to give you today, is how you need to draw a visual in Power BI. Now these are all the visuals to the right side, you can see under visualization. And second is format visualization, to change a visualization type, color, font or something else. Now when you can click on empty area of this report view and click any diagram. For example, now I am selecting a pie diagram. Once you click on pie diagram, you can see the empty image or the rough image or thumbnail will appear here. The minute it appears here, it also opens the following fields. In Power BI, generally there are 6 areas: legend, x-axis, y-axis, values, details, tooltips, and these are the areas which you can see as an options. Now it changes from diagram 1 to diagram 2. For pie diagram, the Power BI has given a best benefit is whatever the fields that are required to draw a pie diagram, only they are being enabled and rest will never be enabled. Like say for example, now I have selected an empty area, click on line chart. You can see when I click on line chart, this can be expanded as per your convenience. To make usability, I am making it will bigger and smaller. And the thumbnail appears, you can see x-axis, y-axis, secondary axis, legend, small multiple, tooltip. So these are the kind of options which we generally appears. Now for example, I am clicking on empty area, click on this field map. Now you can see when I click on field map, you can see the options are being changed: location, legend, latitude, longitude and tooltip. Now let us take one more sample graph, that is like a bar chart, stacked bar chart. Now when I click on stacked bar chart, you can see the options are again changed. The order, earlier it was x-axis to y-axis when I click line chart, but for y-axis, for this particular column chart, you can see y-axis as the first one, x-axis, legend, small multiple and tooltip. Now in general, before you draw graph, these are the main things that you need to consider. What are to be added and for what purpose I am drawing a diagram or visual, and what options are being enabled by Power BI. Let me take you for the basic example. I add category to here and I add profit to values. Now here is a pie diagram which I drawn. And see, in this particular pie diagram, you can see the 3 colors that are already given, and this diagram is based upon certain rules. You can see the total as well as percentage, and this area is called as legend area. Now click on format visual. Here the legend is added. When I remove this legend off, you can see this area is been blank. When I click on this one, it adds. When I click on slices, you can see the different colors which are being used here. Based upon the input, the number of colors are being drawn out. Like I can change this color to some other color. Let me put it as yellow, and you can see yellow is being highlighted. And next one is rotation. I can change the diagram rotation to my convenience and which need to be shown here. And next one is this a feature that is called as analytical feature. You can see little extended. So this is how a diagram can be built on Power BI. So make sure what diagram you need to choose, and make sure what are the options for each and every diagram, and what options are enabled, and what columns has to be taken. In the next video I'll little bit explain, I'll extend this procedure a little bit more to know exactly, right? To more exactly and more detail while choosing each and every diagram.